Hey everybody, it's PartyElite. Welcome back to more turn-based tactical action in MENACE, where we're continuing the mission with the B team. Last session was yet another roaring success, and I'm very pleased with how it's all coming together. There was one comment in particular that stood out and really struck a chord. It talked about how not only do we have the intel to work with, but we actually have equipment to actually react to the intel with. And it really made me think about how at the beginning of this campaign, for multiple operations, we were constantly basically jury-rigging solutions and trying to scrape together an effort that might work out based on what we're up against. But over time, we've acquired so much equipment, we've got a proper arsenal now, we can kind of pick and choose based on what's ahead of us, but we never really knew for sure what was ahead of us. And now, of course, with our info hub, we've got all that intel coming in, we have so much data, we're able to actively make decisions that we weren't able to make before that are, paying immediate dividends as we saw in that previous mission. And yes, I know that's how these two mechanics are supposed to work and come together. I'm well aware, but it is nice to see that finally happening for us in this campaign and to see the impact it has immediately. Now, I've talked up how things went last time, which means, of course, this time I'm going to fall flat on my face, of course. We've been doing very well for very long, so we are due a comeuppance, and I'm worried that these upcoming missions is where that comeuppance is going to come up. Because regardless of which choice we make here, we have to defend a target zone for 8 rounds. And we know how challenging these missions can be. They are both 2-skull difficulty missions. They're both, protect zone missions, so this could get pretty rough. The only difference, I guess, is the shape of the map. I believe we looked at it the previous episode, at the end of the previous episode, and the reward coming out of these missions. So I'm thinking, as a result of those, we go and protect the town. Because if we protect the settlement, we see here a local clinic as a reward. Upon completion, it increases the rescue chance for squaddies by 20% for the rest of this operation. That's not a bad reward, but when we already have the medbay and the advanced medbay and a huge pool of squaddies to replenish from, I don't feel like this is as essential. We'll always have, well, I shouldn't speak in that way and say always, but for the time being, we have a surplus of squaddies that we can continue to throw into the meat grinder as needed. Whereas here, if we protect town, we instead get a local workshop. And this, upon completion, restores 20% of vehicle hit points and removes 1 defect between missions for the rest of this operation. So, similar duration over here, but there is actually a decent chance that one of our vehicles takes some damage here, and the only way to solve that problem is through this local workshop or other OCI upgrades that we haven't taken. So between the two options ahead of us, the local workshop is more directly beneficial. There's a very high chance that neither of these actually have any impact if this mission goes, perfectly, but the reality is that it'll probably go at least a little sideways, and if it does, then it's the vehicles that'll need more help than our squaddies. Because, again, we have many more to throw into the meat grinder. So, with all that said, and no real shopping to do for this session, I think, let's go ahead and dive on in to mission prep. Now, I will say, I've seen your comments about how I make some decisions on this screen, and I do want to be clear that I'm aware that some of the choices I make are inefficient. From time to time, I do make a genuine mistake. Of course, yes, last session, for example, Pike and Tech going in with crowbars despite only having 2 squaddies apiece, 3 squaddies, I guess, with Pike. Sure, not the most effective call, but, even as we drop those down to these regular carbines, we get enough supply for maybe a promotion. Fair enough. Yeah, I could do something with 9 supply. All right. Totally. I agree. I made a mistake there. But then there are other decisions like, keeping Bog in a walker so that he has legs again that I like for, I guess, narrative reasons. Just like how, no one is allowed to have promotions higher than Pike, right? Because he's in charge here, so he gets promoted first, and then everybody else gets promoted afterwards up to a maximum of Pikes, just as a reminder of a fun little rule we set for ourselves to make things even more challenging than just the difficulty level, and we've done quite well for ourselves. So similarly, with Bog, it felt like narratively fun to put him in the walker, even though it isn't the most cost-effective thing. Now, I've seen a few of you comment and say, hey, maybe we should, fix that. So sure, we can adjust that. and be a bit more efficient. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, though. I'll do it for this mission, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts for future missions. Though I should say really quickly right now that I am currently about to record a bunch of episodes back to back to back because I'm about to go out of country. So if you don't hear me responding to comments immediately, if you see that you're saying something and it's not been seen, well, that's why, because I will have recorded the upcoming episodes before you actually left that comment. But do leave comments still, folks, because I will read them when I return home, and they are just fun to read as well. I'm always curious to hear what you think, what you would have done differently, and there's often a lot of stories in the comments as well that I do enjoy reading. But anyway, back on task over here. Let's go ahead and, well, let's unequip you first, and let's unequip you as well. Get Buddy into the light troop carrier, arm you basically the exact same way. I think should be fine for this mission. Add you to the mission, and then Exconde, let's go ahead and get you in a walker. Let's pop on the, well, just for example's sake, let's pop on the rocket organ, and I believe it was the extra ammo that we had here. Add you to the mission, and you'll see that we have quite a bit more supply actually left over. So yes, I was being inefficient previously, but it was with intent. It wasn't a mistake. I was doing it on purpose because I was having some fun with the Bog in a walker. Not that I'm going to have any less fun with Bog in a light troop carrier, obviously. It's always good to throw him in there and see what he can do. But let's go ahead and actually adjust, though, Exconde's equipment over here. Have I actually equipped him exactly the same, or am I missing something? I think someone maybe had a VMAT missile, but either way, the math's out because, of course, Bog literally has a reduced supply cost for vehicle chassis alongside the reduced hit points, and this is a much more expensive chassis than the Walker, so of course the savings is... Anyway, I don't know why I'm explaining that in such detail. Let's go ahead and change this rocket organ to a laser lance, just because of what I can see we're going to be up against. And let's get rid of the VMAT, and let's get rid of the vehicle ammo case as well, because we don't need it with the laser lance, right? So that puts us above supply again. I can continue to make some adjustments, right? Drop both of them down to 2 squaddies apiece, which would maybe give us room to throw somebody into something a bit more durable. Nah, I don't think we have the wiggle room, unless I, make some more adjustments and more reductions elsewhere. But I think we're fine. I got 15 supply. Do I throw on a mech jetpack? Yeah, let's pop it on. We've held on to this thing for so very long. Let's go ahead and throw it on there. I was thinking the other thing I could do is potentially take on the exploding reactive armor and keep Bog even more safe. But hey, the reason why we're doing this mission is to secure, potential repairs, right? So let's take advantage of that if we have to. But yeah, overall, I think pretty pleased with this setup. I don't think I'll need a ground radar. I was wondering about the rocket launcher, but I think I like the auto laser out there. If I were to get the autocannon, well, we wouldn't be able to afford it again unless we took some other sacrifices elsewhere because of the slight increase in supply cost here. I like the extra armor pen on the auto laser. Yeah, okay, you know what? Yeah, let's stick with it. I like it. Let's go with it. And I'm sure there's other ways that I could be just a little bit more efficient here or there, but I think I'm comfortable with what we're doing over here. I'm wondering if anybody else can potentially carry any anti-armor, but I don't necessarily want to sacrifice this grenade launcher because I do think this will be tremendously valuable. Oh, the EMP rifle. With a range of 5, though, that's not... No, you know what? No, let's not make the mistake I was making previously when Pike had the flamethrower, which was him just kind of standing in the back as he's meant to, but also not being able to get involved in the action because the range is so small, right? Like that just... Let's not go back to that. Happy with this how it is. Maxed out our supply utilization. Feeling pretty good. Let's go ahead and lay ourselves out and figure out what we're trying to accomplish here. What are we up against first? We got pirate chain gun team on a truck, flamethrower team on a truck, a vehicle, unknown, a flamethrower team on a truck, mounted pirates, unknown down here, unknown allegiance. Gee, I wonder if it's some civvies. Over here we got a chain gun truck, fair enough. Unknown entity, probably also pirates, I'm guessing. Flamethrower team in a truck and vehicle. There's probably like a heavy machine gun vehicle somewhere out here. We're not going to be able to tell exactly where, obviously, with the details that we have right now. But what I am able to tell is that most of the initial threat is coming from over here, right? So let's try and position ourselves accordingly by doing what? Well, Bog, I'm going to pop you down over here alongside Exconde over here, and I think Carda maybe with the RPG, right? Over let's say we do this over here, and she can hopefully rush into cover, and with Exconde hold the line here, and Bog is kind of soloing up over here, so I wonder if we give him Wetteroth as a buddy, and these three kind of hold on to this area over here instead. Lots of cover, good hiding spots for infantry, stuff like that, right? So here's the thing. All I can think about is how Exconde's like meant to be the perfect pair for mobile infantry, and I guess part of me, like I said previously as well, wants to get used to having him in that light troop carrier pairing up with Carda. I had many reasons for the choices I'd made, not purely numerical, I suppose. But anyway, I'll maybe make that change for the next mission that we go into. Let's stick with this. Let's see how it feels. Let's experiment a little and have some fun, right? Sachin, let's go ahead and get you. Let's get you up over here. What I would really like to do is take care of this nonsense quickly and then scurry on over to here to deal with whatever's coming towards us. Scramble on over, I suppose is what I meant to say. Pike, let's keep you a bit more in the middle as always, and Tech, let's get you, I guess, over here to deal with whatever's coming up from over here, and then scramble over if you need to, or again, maybe the two of them should just keep their eyes out over here in case something decides to flank us, right? It's a tough one. This shape is rather tough to defend, or so it feels. I'm just a little worried about our distribution, actually. What if, Bog, you end up over here? We got mines we can lay as well, right? So, not forget about that as an option. We'll see. We'll see if it comes in handy. But this feels alright. There's only one way to find out. Folks, let's make our way to the battlefield. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting mission. Just the shape of the zone alone feels like it's going to make things a bit more challenging. We'll see, I suppose. And, of course, our path here is blocked thanks to the fences. But, ladies and gentlemen, the future is now. Go ahead and cut that fence open and dive on into this cover. I love that they added that ability. That's exactly what I wanted, a bit of holy crap. I'm glad I spotted it early, I suppose. I'm glad I know it's here. And I am glad that Exconde is here with that laser lance, right? Here's hoping these guys roll up so I can pick them off immediately. The range on that flamethrower tank is insane. Feels more than before, but we'll just have to deal, I suppose. I'm going to see if I get lucky and either one of these guys rolls up before Exconde has to move. Because if I can pop him right off the bat, that would be great. He's got the jetpack as well, but it is quite expensive to move around in it. I cannot move and shoot, but this will at least allow me to very quickly respond to an evolving situation if things get worse down over here, for example. So, I'm going to keep him as is for now. I wonder if up over here I want to lay some mines, or if I want to keep access to the auto laser should somebody show up. And I'm thinking keep access to the auto laser. Everyone's got something, you know? Everyone's got something. Sachin, buddy, let's go ahead and just take a knee and hang tight. Tech, I think you're fine where you are. So that's your turn. These first ones always feel a little wasteful. Wetteroth, take a knee. That's your turn. There we go. Of course, they move first down there. Of course. Tech, I think, will be able to fire down here, so I do wonder if Pike takes command of Tech. And otherwise, just calls it a turn. No, I think what we'll do is we'll actually make our way over to here, so that if need be, we can take command of this force. Because we've seen something truly scary over here already, so I want to get into position for that, right? Down over here, Tech. The minigun. If I can just suppress these guys, that's good enough for me now as well. I'm not going to pull out the disposable AT rocket in case something scary is waiting for us over here as well, right? That's what that's for. Bit of damage. Maybe I got somebody suppressed. All I need. You're going to roll up. Might be in range of Exconde. Might be in range of Bog. Not as much. How far can you see? Not very far. They're probably going to roll up again before deploying. So I'm going to go ahead and move Bog up and take a bit of a chance here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not close enough to shoot at the top of the turn. But could do this instead. Play some mines. They hop off. Maybe let's do that. And hope that everything lands where I want it to. Nope. Not perfect. But I'll take it. And let's turn you around a little bit. Of course, you're going to roll first. Alright, I guess we pull out the laser lance and get some work done up over here. Get accuracy. Full armor pen. Let's hope for the best. Take it. Is that a big fire? Medium fire. Should do enough damage. Oh, it is a big fire, actually. Should do enough damage to eliminate it as they try to move up. So all this effort for naught, but I'll take it. I'm going to go ahead and actually deploy as well. Yeah, I hope that wasn't the wrong call. And see what we can do next turn. Of course, now you're going to roll up. Well, now every enemy unit's going to move. Let's see how this plays out. There's another truckload of them. More flamethrowers. Oh boy. I knew it. I knew it. HMG. Heavy truck. Okay. So Sachin is able to pop shots and do a hopefully decent bit of damage. He could. Oh man. Can I get close enough to chuck this as well? I don't think so. And we've deployed. Takes us down to 80. No, we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to have to use the rifle. Okay, fair enough. Up over here. We've not been seen yet. So that's good. They're going to have to move a bit closer. Probably going to take some hurt. That's okay. I think the one in most danger is, in fact, Sachin. So we're going to go ahead and hope for the best. Because we can't really run all that far away. Fingers crossed. Gonna have to make this count. First volley might not do too much, but the second one we'll need to do some work. Okay. A little something. This is the one that counts. Could have had better luck than that, but let's see what that does for us. Alright, good. Someone else is moving first. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Still haven't been spotted yet. That's wild to me. I mean, again, Carta's got the camo, right? So it does work out. Up over here. And this is the scary thing. I gotta move 1, 2 over. Exposes me a little bit to these flamethrowers. 1, 2, 3 up. Oh no, you know what? It's this building that's blocking line of sight. That's what's going on. So let's not make that mistake. Let's instead have Pike, I think, maybe take command of Sachin. Oh, just too far away. Gotta maybe move over by 1. Maybe even 2. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Play up to there. Take command of Sachin. And hang tight. Okay, good stuff. Oh, you know what? That minigun volley actually killed quite a few of them. That worked out a lot better than I thought it did. Good stuff. And Sachin, the reason why we gave you extra action points is so that you can move immediately afterwards and do this. Nice. Nice, I'll take it. Gonna move up. Are you gonna shoot? No. Just gonna try and capture. That works out nicely for me because Tech hasn't moved yet, and he might be able to finish the job up over here before this round ends. Okay, good stuff. Bog, do we start with you? I think so. Because I would like to try and hit... Oh, I can. Yeah, I say we go here first. And this one... This one has to hit. This one has to hit. Nice. Medium fire, it's something. It's something, I'll take it. These guys are gonna probably roll down and unload is my guess. No, not unloading yet. Fair enough. Carta. Gonna finish the job here. Medium accuracy, so go ahead and take a knee. Take whatever help we can get. Good accuracy. Fire away. Love it. Absolutely love it. And we'll see them arriving as well, actually, because we have, I guess, sight over a spawn point. So we'll see them arriving too, but that's good stuff, Carta. You're certainly going to roll up and roll out, right? Come on. Yeah, there we go. Knew it. It's okay. Not too concerned about that. Question is, who do I open fire with first? What do you got? Who are you? Just some scavengers? I suppose we could open fire with the K-Pack. Good accuracy, full armor pen. Well, let's go that way. Very easy. Almost makes me wish I saved up, but what are we going to do? Hit them with the auto laser instead? That would also be easy. That's your turn, Wetteroth. Well done. Chain gun team's going to roll up. Hold off on Bog. Let's turn our attention down over here for a moment. Open fire with the minigun. Good accuracy, no armor pen. Like, do I just go ahead and pop this shot with the disposable AT? Good accuracy, medium armor pen. Yeah, I mean, what else is going to come through that's going to be nearly as scary as this, right? And it's capturing, so bit of a high priority. Fire away. Good stuff. Well done. I cannot fire down over here, so I will not. But I will maybe move up into cover over here. Don't know who's going to get up to what. Or maybe down here, actually. Just to see what's creeping up from over here, if anything. And that's good. Let's not take a knee. Alright. No, sir, I did not. Suppose if I roll up like this, it should be... Ah, no, I need one more. Up like this we go. Fully visible now. But hopefully not for too long. Sometimes on target. he calls that on target. Fair enough. Oh, crap. Well, that's not great. Got ourselves another HMG heavy truck. Bog is in a bit of trouble. I think the right call here is to pull back. So we're going to go ahead and... do I shoot and pull back? This guy can hit very far. Yeah, let's make our way over to here. Unfortunately, leaving Wetteroth behind, but I think he'll be fine. Hopefully. We made a bit of a mistake here, shifting so far over. Everyone has their designated locations, and I pulled Bog out of his. Not the right call. Hopefully we won't pay too heavily for it. We able to hit? We are, if we vent. Alright, if we can take command, we can do it.
Sir.
Pike, head on over. One more. Damn it. I knew it wasn't going to happen. Alright, can we get anybody? No. We found the perfect position where we can't actually get anybody with taking command. I should have just counted tiles. Should have just counted tiles. Alright, we're okay. We're okay. Get you maybe a little bit closer for next turn, and end your turn. These guys are going to come closer, and this should explode. Decent bit of damage. Got these guys fleeing already. Stunned as well. We'll see what that does for us. Wetteroth. Not able to hit anything. Tempted to wait. So these guys actually can't roll out straight ahead anymore because there's a unit in front of them, which is extremely beneficial, actually. Well, then Carta. They might come towards Carta is the thing. Range K-Pack. Just shy of enough range. Oh my goodness. Just my luck. And nothing over here. At least nothing that's revealed itself. Alright, I figure our only real option then is for Carta to go in and get some work done over here. Fire away. Good stuff. And... Jeez, is that your turn? Guess so. Feels awfully wasteful. I mean, again, I guess I don't have much of a choice, right? Let's go ahead and vent. And hang tight. He's going to roll up that way. Wetteroth. Let's hang tight there as well. Suchin, you're good. Tech, you're good. Really, they're going to pull back. I was hoping someone would actually push forward so Wetteroth could open fire at them, but no such luck it seems. Very well. Very well. That's your turn then. Oh, here we go. Finally someone to shoot at, and of course they're going to start capping. And that's 2, not 1. No, it's just going to be the 1. You're going to turn around, move a little bit closer. Should be able to hit it with both Carta and Ex-Conde. Maybe. Veteran scavengers over there. These guys are wavering. Start with you. Excellent accuracy, full armor pen. Sounds good to me. We'll definitely want to finish these guys off. Such is in a bit of trouble. Can this thing hit anything right now? Yes, it can actually hit both Bog and Ex-Conde and probably do a decent bit of damage. So, let's hit this thing first. The temptation is there to use Carta first to fire 2 rounds of the RPG-2. Good accuracy, full armor pen. In theory, potentially 220 damage. Against 130. Alright, let's start with this. Come on, Carta. Do what you do best. Alright. Now do it again. I'd love to see it. Very close to killing it. Big fire, though, so that should do the trick. It's Carta's turn done. These guys are gonna... Oh, toss a grenade. I mean, look. We would have taken losses either way, right? We would have taken losses either way. Because over there we had the HMG waiting to open fire, potentially destroying one of these two and actually eliminating Bog or Esconde completely, right? And over here, yeah, some of our squaddies ate it. But we just talked about the fact that we have more squaddies to throw into the meat grinder if need be. So we would have taken damage either way. Man, that hurt a lot. That hurt a lot. I guess there's nothing for tech to really do but open fire over here. But these guys have done their turn, so why focus on them? Let's see. What do we do up over here? Bog. Can't hit anything. Nope. Esconde. We save the laser lance in case something rolls up. So then, Wetteroth, I think you're up. And you can't reach anything. Oh, these guys really know how to get under my skin, huh? I suppose Bog could roll up to here and open fire, or even up to there and open fire. Let's go ahead and get Bog some more action points. I'm going to keep running back and forth and try to rally Suchin instead. Yeah, I'm going to try and rally Suchin. Or Pike, getting his cardio in. Do I just try and keep Suchin alive? He's going to end up... Ah, he's just got the one squaddy alive. Yeah, man, fall back. Stand up. Pull up to here. Going step by step. A little bit of sweet revenge, perhaps. Okay, I'll take it. I didn't roll up as much as they rolled sideways. Fair enough. Bog. Yeah, open fire. Jesus. You can see the splatter, and these guys are fleeing as well, so that worked out. Let's go ahead and turn around. One step at a time, I suppose. This chain gun team's gonna roll down. Like, they know I'm losing my patience. They know they're gonna draw me out. I gotta resist real hard. Alright, Tech, you know what? You over here. Open shots with the carbine. Because the chance of actually landing any shots is very low, so... I don't want to waste the use of the minigun. Go ahead and do it again. Probably would have done better with the minigun, but I don't want to... I don't know why I'm being so conservative with my ammo. I really don't need to be. I've only got 4 more rounds of this to go. Alright, Esconde, nothing for you to do, I think. The big fire is going to finish this thing off. I suppose I could leave it to that and make sure I don't have to cool the laser lance next round, right? So, hang tight. Wetteroth. Hang tight. Of course. These guys are wavering. Pull you back into safety, I think, right? Yeah, let's bring you back to here. Keep you alive. Take a knee. Makes them a little bit harder to hit, right? Guys are going to continue to roll this way. I guess they see a blank area, right? They can probably overwhelm us over here, they're thinking. Well done. Actual useful allies, that's always nice. And here we're still just waiting, I think, right? Holding the line. I think that means we need to rush back. Alright, Wetteroth, let's stand you up. Let's bring you over to here. We gotta do something. We gotta get into some kind of position, get ready for some kind of movement, right? That thing's gonna pull back and explode. There's that sound. Love to hear it. Music to my ears. And down over here. Yeah, even Carter can't hit anything. Alright. Oh, jeez, I don't know. Tech, I guess. Come up to here. Stay put. Bog. Roll up one more step. Open fire. Good stuff. And again, rotate ever so slightly. I guess Esconde, stay put. Pike, stay put. And Carta, stay put. We're gonna get swarmed all at once when it finally happens. That's my prediction at least. Well, here we go. Is that in range? I think so. Yes, beautiful. I think this is the priority here. What can you hit? Oh, crap. They can just barely hit Sachin. Well, they can't see him, though. Okay, fair enough. Actually, can they see anybody? No one can see anything. Nice. So we can very casually pull out the RPG-2 and chuck a couple rockets into the side of this HMG heavy truck. That was 1. And 2. I think that was engine destroyed. Small fire. Not the best outcome, but hopefully good enough. Alright, good stuff. Now, how do we want to do this? Good accuracy, high armor pen. Yeah. No. That's only so many rounds. It's such a waste. It's such a waste. Pike. Take command, I think. Yeah, take command. And maybe a grenade launcher. Can we do anything with a grenade launcher on this thing? Let's not chance it. Take a knee, though. Because when this thing starts shooting, we'll be in a bit of trouble. And tech might need to do some work. I'm gonna roll down.
It's hot, but it's no hellfire.
Wonder if tech goes first over here. So the top of the next turn he can move if he needs to. Alright, open fire. Ah, do it again. There we go. How could I resist? Take a knee, though. Just in case he can't move first next round. And he takes another volley. And these guys are going to step out. No, okay, fair enough. Pop some shots, try to finish this thing off. Maybe, I could step forward. Alright, get up to here. Take a knee. And fire away, might as well. Look at that. That wasn't useless. Got it fleeing. That's actually quite big. Well done, Sachin. Sachin and Coop, I should say both. It's all good. Those guys are still fleeing. I mean, they've basically all moved over this way. So I think it's time for us to respond by standing Esconde up, popping the jetpack to bring him over to here. We're visible, but that's fine. Because otherwise we're just sitting there doing nothing. We're able to hit everything that comes through. No line of sight blocking going on, so let's go ahead and deploy as well. And find ourselves with another target. Bog, what to do with you, buddy? Again, not really sure which way the enemy's gone. I suppose I could pull up this way and prepare to kind of roll down this way in case these guys are coming around. But Wetteroth, you're going to finish the job here, right, bud? That's right. Carta, hold the line alone. Go for it. You know what, Sachin and Coop? Let's get her done. Love to see it. Love to see it. Where do I put you next, though? Pop you down in here? Decent bit of cover? Sure. These guys are going to start... That was not as bad as I was anticipating. Probably going to end up with these guys suppressed, I think. But I'm hoping Esconde can get some work done. Finally.
Are we still in this?
That's so much HP damage. But still not enough. Okay, big fire. I imagine they're going to move the explosion. We'll see what it does. I'm pleased enough with how that went, though. Pleased enough with how that went. Good stuff, Excande. Alright, there we go. More threats rolling in. It looks like they're about ready to break already. Wavering. Can I get them to flee? Possibly. But I should probably shoot down here instead. Oh, I need more than that. There we go. There we go. Carta, Bog, Wetteroth. Alright, Bog, let's roll you up to here, maybe? See if we see anything. We don't. Fair enough. Carta, I think you're probably pretty safe out there. Wetteroth, maybe the same. Alright, Pike. Take command. Actually, wait. Start with a grenade launcher. Oh, come on, really? Just shy? Alright, stand up. Move up. And have some fun. Not great. Not great at all. Take a knee. That's your turn done. These guys are a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. You're disabled down here, right? I believe so. Okay, so, let's try it. Let's try some more. Sure. Top and a cover. These guys are gonna head on over to the side here. What does the explosion gift us with? That was really nice. That felt that felt almost like a reaction, you know? It was a separate action entirely, but like that felt almost, it was like scripted. That was cool. Go ahead and use the grenade launcher up over here, I think. I'd say that sounded pretty good. Take command at tech. And that actually worked out better than I would have anticipated, I think. Because tech can now open fire down here. Open fire over here. And again. And then maybe Excande finishes the job, I suppose. He probably could have done it without without help, to be honest. But hey, he got some. Wow. All right. Fair enough. And I just realized the turn, actually.
Always ready. Piss on the fire and call the doggos.
Mission accomplished. Good stuff. All right. Fair enough. I mean, why don't we just have a little bit of fun? And then call it a day. I mean, that went wonderfully. Little unfortunate about such in there. I feel like that could have been avoided with some luck or some vision, I guess. Again, right, just as a reminder, he was here, enemies rolled up, and he could have shot against the enemies and probably suppressed them, pinned them down, and been safe. But on the other side of the map, we had the heavy machine gun truck that could have easily opened fire on Bog or Excande, and I was worried that Excande, at the very least, could have eaten those shots and ended up dead. Or, well, yeah, we would have saved him so he'd be injured, but ultimately we'd be down a squad leader as opposed to over here where we ended up down some squaddies. Now, I anticipated some damage here. I wasn't expecting a grenade. I should have checked their equipment, and I don't think that would have changed the decision I would have made, but ultimately I would have been a little less surprised when the grenade came, you know, bouncing through to kill a bunch of squaddies here. But overall, very pleased with how that mission went. I thought it was going to go a lot worse. I thought we'd be a lot more overwhelmed. But honestly, like, presenting such a solid front where the enemy's going to spawn forced them, and again, where where Intel told us they were going to spawn, forced them to try and go around the bend, which took them so long they were barely able to deploy. I think that was our real kind of advantage there, to be perfectly honest. I think that's the assessment of how things went down over here. But hey, I'll take it. It's my debrief at least. Let's see the official one. Again, got all of our secondary objectives. Feels phenomenal. 30 promotion points. And what do we got over here? CMG. Another flamethrower. Another AT grenade. Another scrap bomb. We got ourselves a pirate truck. Fair enough. Another arc. And some more frag grenades. So a lot of loot that we can actually happily trade away. And let's see what the damage actually was. Oh, you know what? That's not too bad. Again, med bay, advanced med bay, kicking into gear, saving as many lives as possible, and somehow Sachin remains overconfident. I'll take it. I'll take it. Decent spread of kills. Carter did a lot of work. I mean, everyone has a decent spread, honestly. Pretty evenly spread around. So only lost A-Dub and Talisman. Feeling pretty good. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now all we gotta do is repel a counterattack, which is holding a target zone for 10 rounds instead. And I think we would have been fine if this mission was 10 rounds too. Like, I think we would have pulled it off just fine. Maybe would have taken a bit more damage as they were finally starting to encroach in our space. But why don't we just go ahead and take a quick look at what this map looks like. Alright, I got a square region to defend. We are fully surrounded this time, right? So we are going to feel pressure from every direction. There are a couple of towers, I'm assuming. They could be bunkers, but I'm guessing they're towers. And we're dealing with, what, a vehicle over there. We've got ourselves boarding commandos in a truck up there. I'm guessing this is the same. That's a little scary. A lot of unknown entities despite our intel. I was going to say high intel, but it can always go higher. This is a little worrying. It's a pirate rocket truck. Okay. It's yeah, we'll be fine. It's certainly what feels like the highest potentially immediate threat on the map here. But these boarding commandos are also dangerous. I don't want to downplay how dangerous they are. But the rocket truck, well used, can put us in a position where even the weakest enemy unit becomes that much more powerful. But I think we'll be okay. We got some veteran scavengers down over here in a vehicle, flamethrower team in a vehicle, and chain gun truck. Okay, all right. This will be an interesting mission when we dive into it next time. I doubt it'll be a 13-minute mission, so a slightly shorter episode this time. But just as a quick reminder, there's maybe a little bit of shopping to do before we dive into that next mission overall. I mean, what am I going to actually get rid of, though, right? We can dump all of our arcs, maybe hold on to one like I've done before. Dump all of our K-Packs. Yeah, we could drop a couple of crowbars. Get rid of the assault rifles. The PDW. We got 2 MP rifles. We can drop some. We got 3 flamethrowers. We got a lot of junk, actually. That's 250. Do I really need a pirate truck? I don't know. There's so much. I'm almost like paralyzed by how much we can get rid of, right? We can get rid of one of these. We can get rid of one of these. Get rid of a bunch of the frag grenades. We barely use them. I'm never going to use 5 at the same time. That's 390 already. I could toss the flamethrower, honestly. I don't know if I'll ever use it again. And I could get rid of this one as well. 455. Jeez, that's a lot. Now, I've seen a lot of you recommend that I pick up the Recon Skybot and throw it on Pike. Allow him to kind of see further ahead. Give ourselves some extra vision. Honestly, a Recon drone may have made a big difference in this mission in protecting Sachin, but it would have needed to be in the right spot for me to see the enemy coming, and then predicted that it was going to move the way it did before making the moves that I did. So, I mean, again, it's recon, so it's helpful. Information is, knowledge is power and all that, right? But maybe I'm overthinking how useful it would have been in that previous mission. But obviously it is useful for various sets of circumstances. But maybe we just hold off. Maybe we just don't buy anything. Maybe we pick up the match grade ammo because that's not super common. I mean, it's not rare, but if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't pop that frequently. and move ahead with just that. I mean, I could pick up the Recon Skybot even if I don't use it immediately. I'll have it, even though it popped twice in a row between two operations. It might not come up again for some time. So this would be an opportunity to secure it at least, I suppose. It's strange. I'm in a position now that I haven't been in throughout this campaign, which is a position of sort of comfort. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with how things are going, which has taken me out of that decision-making loop where I was like, okay, this is my weakness. This is what I need to plug it, I guess, right? Like, not just this is my weakness in the sense of like, oh yeah, I can tell that I could use some more this or that, but literally being in combat and going, wow, I wish I could punch through some of this armor, you know, stuff like that. Those days are a little behind us for now. For now. It will get tough again. Do I get some anti-tank mines? Do I get another disposable AT? Like, those things are useful. Made a huge difference in that last mission. Damn, it's too much to think about. But I'll think about it between this episode and the next one, folks, where we'll repel this counterattack and complete yet another operation. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a very big difference in just letting me know what people are enjoying on the channel, letting me know what I should do more or less of, and how I should go about doing it. Again, just as a quick reminder, I am going to be recording a couple episodes back to back to back, just to make sure that the series does not pause while I am out of country. But do still keep the comments coming, because I will be reading through them even while I am out of country, and then finally I'll implement any suggestions or thoughts when I return. But folks, again, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly, and of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.